Welcome to the Quadratics Game Show. In this game show we have two categories, quadnomials and trinomials. In each category there are three different questions that our three contestants have to answer. I will be the first contestant and I will take the quadnomials for 200. I first separated the four terms into two terms in each parentheses. I then factored out a common term, which was 7x squared, in the first group. I then divided the two terms by 7x squared, leaving x squared in the parentheses. For the second group of terms, I factored out 8. I then divided the terms in the parentheses by 8, leaving x minus 6 in the parentheses. I then brought down the terms in the parentheses and the two numbers I factored out to get the final answer of x minus 6, 7x squared plus 8.
I'll take trinomials for 100.
For this problem, it would be labeled as a quadratic trinomial because the highest degree is 2 and there are 3 different terms. The way you solve this problem is first you factor out a 2 because it's the GCF, and then you use the headphones to multiply 2 and negative 1. You would then have to find something that would multiply to equal negative 20 and add to get negative 2, but there is no solution, so the final answer is 2 parentheses 2p squared minus 20p minus 1 parentheses.
I'll take quadnomials for 100. This equation is a quartic polynomial because it has the highest term of 4 and has 4 terms. And to solve this, you separate it into two different sides, and then you find the GCF, and you separate the GCFs into one side of parentheses, and then the other terms in the parentheses becomes another side, and then you get 10r to the third plus 5r, and then more parentheses with 7r minus 1.
I'll take trinomials for 200. This equation is a trinomial because it has 3 separate terms. It is also written in standard form because the 6n squared has the highest degree. What I first did to solve this problem is multiply the 6 and the 12, and I got 72. I had to find two numbers that multiplied to 72 but added to 17, which were 8 and 9. I then plugged them back into the equation, leaving 6n squared plus 8n plus 9n plus 12. I then factored out 2n from 6n squared plus 8n and got 3n plus 4. And I also factored out 3 from 9n plus 12, leaving 3n plus 4. I then brought down the 2n plus 3 and then the two terms in the parentheses, which were 3n plus 4, leaving my final answer as 2n plus 3 and 3n plus 4.
Our last question, I'll take trinomials for 300.
For our last problem, it would be a quadratic trinomial because the highest degree is 2 and there is only 3 terms. What you do first is the headphones, so you multiply 5 and negative 24. That equals negative 120, and then you also have to find something that equals negative 26, and those two numbers are negative 30 and 4. So what I do first is I put in the parentheses 5n squared minus 30n parentheses, and then in the other parentheses it's 4n minus 24. I factor those out and get 6n minus 6 and 5n minus 4, and that's your final answer.